It is Furality, guys. And did you ever ask yourself how a person came into the fandom, or to find the VR community, or even find her own name, or for his owner? Then let me introduce you to my interview that I took from several people that I interviewed them in several parts for each question. You can go on my profile for that. But let's start right into it when you're interested to it. You will not miss out. So first question is, how did you actually find the furry fandom?
Well, when I was little, I used to watch Robin Hood, which was an old cartoon with a fox, and I fell in love with the fox. I thought he was cute, and it really confused my yes, because I was like, oh, I like girls, but then I was like, oh, he's handsome, and I was like, wait, it's a dude. But yeah, no, it was Robin Hood. I blame him.
I came into the furry fandom actually from when I was in high school. I was in high school, and this was circa 2015-ish. So I've been furry for a while, almost 10 plus years almost. But Tumblr was the place where I originally found the furry fandom.
Essentially, I found it when I was in high school, just through art and other things online, and that was in early 2000s, 2003, 2004, and then when I went to college, and then now I'm here.
I don't know. I went into J99 streams, and he's just really, really nice, and he kind of imprinted on me a little bit. I kind of wanted to just meet him. It was New Year's at the time, and whenever I joined, I met a lot of different content creators, and they were so nice. They were like the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. And ever since then, I was just like, I kind of want to be friends with these guys.
A lot of cartoons that had like animal characters, like Robin Hood or the Lion King, Balto, stuff like that. Just animated characters that I used to sim for, used to kind of still do.
Okay, so the so the seed was kind of like first planted about 10 years ago, with the VZ Pops music video, to Die Young by Kesha. That's when it started. And then I got a VR headset, and I met a bunch of weird furries, and it just kind of went from there. Really. But no, that video, that music video kind of first made me go, oh, that's kind of cool. And then, yeah, come lockdown, grabbed the headset, and it went from there.
That's a good question. I think over time, like when I was in like late middle school, going into high school, I started learning about them, and I started being interested in them, and I started seeing the content and the goofy stuff on TikTok, and it eventually spiraled me to just get extremely interested and just start completely looking into it and then making my own soda.
How I came to the fandom? My brother's girlfriend was actually going to sell something at the place called Narcon, and that was the first time I saw furries, and I was like, oh my god, furries is amazing. And then like a few days later, TikTok gave me like the live stream to this game, and pretty much I asked a little bit, and then I came into it. So that's pretty much how it is. Yeah.
The first thing that got me into the furry fandom was actually my best friend, who's not a furry, my best friend was a big hater, and one day he told me about furries. He was like, oh, look at this, this is so weird. And I was like, oh yeah, totally, that's so weird. And that's when I first did some research, and I found furry arts, and that was the first thing that really got me into the fandom. I love the art, the artworks of not those kind of artworks, just normal ones, all SOW.